divorced. He shaves his own goatee designs. He's divorced in dragons. And presumably not here to talk about politics. I hope. This is like a challenge. This is like a little adventure for us, though. We're going to find out if by the end of this video he can maintain decorum and be a normal guy for 9 minutes. Let's see. Do you think he can be? If you think he's going to be normal for 9 minutes, let's bet this video. We're going to bet. Is he going to be normal? Will he not bring up wokeness or the left? Will he just talk about D&D in this video? Like, is he just going to, he can meander into personal life or whatever. He's just going to be a normal guy. Just a normal guy that you could talk about this hobby with for 9 minutes. That's it. This is called D&D's worst class, Fixing the Bard. Easy. I love talking about homebrew. This should be a nice hobby video that we can just rally around. I get to disagree with him because I think the Bard is fine. In fact, it's maybe the best caster. Most people think that divorced will act, well, divorced. I'll tell you that. I've never seen him say anything normal. The sunglasses tell me all I need to know. Well, the channel is called Diversity in Dragons.
Sun Tzu, George S. Patton, Julius Caesar, great warriors from history. But what if I told you they would have made great D&D bards, too?
Why? Why Julius Caesar? Great bards because he was big charisma? Is this a politician bard? Or what? I don't know. My suspicion is he's going to say, well, when this thing said the word bard, it meant this specifically, okay? Rather than what it means now. But I'm gonna let him cook. Let's see what happens. I'd love to see a good quality homebrew.
All the jokes by now. You've seen all the memes about how useless the D&D bard is in the game. And while I tire of the
bard watching the monster charge him after killing all his friends. I just personally finished playing a campaign in which I was a bard, and I gotta say I felt quite clutch all the time and very helpful.
Increasingly banal laziness of these jokes, it is pretty hard to disagree with the general sentiment that bards are fairly useless as a class. A jack of all trades that may have a place in an undermanned, low-level party, but are of no great benefit to larger ones. Everything they can do that's important, other classes just do a little bit better.
I think if you are a creative person, you're going to have a lot of fun with the bard in a way that you won't with some of the other classes due to its versatility. You play a bard so that you can do a lot of stuff, so you can be involved. Bards are involved. There's not really a situation where they're not useful, and it also depends on whatever subclass you want. Like, I just played a glamour bard. No, I played a College of Dance bard, and I had dazzling footwork. I was out there thrashing. We called it the College of Thrash, so I forgot the name. Bartleby, my rat. Sarah actually DM'd it. It was really nice. It was wonderful.
Now, to be fair, this has been a problem since the class's founding in AD&D. But instead of trying to strip the class down to the studs and reimagine it, the people currently in charge of D&D, Wizards of the Coast, allow it now to have goofy spells associated with it like silvery barbs.
Wait, why is silvery barbs goofy?
One, by the way, came directly from Strixhaven, a curriculum of
So, it took a minute 12 for him not to be normal. So, nope! Nope was the answer. Congratulations, Nopers! You were on the right side of history. Silvery Barbs is incredible, by the way. I don't know why he's upset about that. It's a great spell.
So now we're treated to spectacles like this.
A critical hit.
Oh, no.
Silvery barbs?
Oh.
Turns the crit into a 21. 20 damage.
I'm out.
You're out?
You couldn't shield because you silvery barb.
Alright, so the Ripper saws through Galatea.
No!
And because it continues attacking a target at 0 hit points, it attacks again, which is a 22, which is a critical hit, which is 2 failed death saves.
No,
and it attacks again, rolling a natural 1! But it has advantage because she's prone. So it actually gets a 16 to hit. But Blade Song's gone.
Oh, but Blade Song.
Can you
Yes,
silvery
okay.
barb?
I silvery barbs it.
Turning it into another natural 1!
I'm sure that stuff has its audience, but to me...
Wait, what?
That has all the appeal of pork belly traders going back and forth on the floor of the stock exchange.
That's compelling. So you get 3 death saves when you go down to 0 hit points. I have some homebrew rules so that players take their turns during their deaths. But so if you get hit while you're at 0 hit points, or if you take any damage, you get 1 immediate failed death save. But if you take melee damage, it's critical because the idea is someone is standing there and just trying to finish you. So you take 2 immediate failed saves. And so there was only 1 more chance. And so if that hit, that character would have died. And then only through rolling another natural 1 did it work. Like the first Silvery Barbs didn't work. It's a spell slot. It's a reaction. And then literally she couldn't shield after that. It was a decision of tactical importance. You know what I mean? Like all of that was good. I think if you don't want to re-roll dice all the time, ban it from the table. Like some people ban luck points for the same reason on the player's behalf the other way. Like it's just they don't like the idea that success or failure is able to be fucked with. But I mean, it's a spell slot and a reaction. And in a game of action economy, like I've played a ton of D&D, thousands of hours of D&D. I feel like that's worth it as a DM. Go ahead, burn it for a 1d20 roll. It worked anyway. And then you can just use another monster to fucking finish them off the next time. But if not, the players get to feel like, oh, I did something. That's a level 1 spell for a bard. That's a healing word. That's keeping someone... Like, he could have used that spell slot to keep that character alive the next round, but maybe they don't have that anymore. I don't know. So I think that's fine tactically. I don't know why this upsets you. Is it just the reroll of the dice? Like, do you not understand how it works?
But as I said, it would be a little disingenuous to blame Wizards of the Coast for all of the problems with the Bard. They inherited this clunker. And because we're in an era where characters must be given superpowers and shiny things at every level, lest the jaded players lose interest, the Bard is given silly abilities like shouting insults in the middle of combat for overpowered bonuses.
Do you mean vicious mockery or cutting words? Because you don't have to, like, actually roleplay it that way. You know what I mean? Like, you could vicious mockery and take it really seriously and just do it like a battle cry or whatever. Like, who wants to level up and get nothing? I have no idea what he's upset about. Like, just play low-level D&D or homebrew it or just play a different game. I mean, it's the game it is. It's about being able to take on the gods eventually if that's the game you want to play. Like, there's stat blocks for demon lords, so they don't, like, they're not automatic TPKs. That's not the point. That's not the fantasy of Dungeons & Dragons or Pathfinder or similar games. Like, you have a literal fucking Planescape one right here. This is the Lady of Pain. She lives in the fucking middle of the universe in Sigil. In the fucking, like, she looks at someone and they die, basically. Like, you'd have to be a fucking level 20 character with lots of crazy stuff to live in this. This Planescape lives in the universe of the Forgotten Realms in which D&D 5th edition exists. You would have to be able to be powerful enough to travel to Sigil if it was in the same universe. Like, there'd have to be mechanics to get to that so that you could even have this world that exists for the players to explore. Like, it's not just to hear about, it's so that they can go do stuff. I love to talk to my players about their desires for in-game power and stuff. And, you know, as a forever DM, I do think, like, I think players are always spoiled and they always want more stuff. And they're just poor little struggling babies. But those poor little struggling babies will find out that they never needed the stuff. They needed each other and team and family and thinking and problem solving. The encounters were already balanced for them to be able to do it without the stuff. It was just their desire, their endless greed. And guess what? We're going to allow them to try to seek that endless greed through a series of dice rolls. And so, I mean, if you want to play a game, and I would personally love a player not like you that is a bag of shit and doesn't role play at all, but someone who wants to be particularly underpowered, I would love to play a game where you are in a regular D&D universe or similar, where there's real fucking dragons, and I use the regular stat blocks and stuff, or my homebrew ones, and you are like, you know, you aren't that. You are not going to be an epic level character. I'm fine with that. I think that'd be sick as fuck. I think that's dope. but he doesn't want that. He wants the stuff that he had when he was young, because he's old now.
An enemy who is facing certain death at the hands of the party's barbarian is not going to be distracted by someone off to the side who is, essentially, the body bag punk from Karate Kid.
Get him a body bag! Yeah! All right.
The conceit of it is just ludicrous. I think tying the bard to the thief rogue class, however tenuously, was a huge mistake.
Tactically speaking, I just don't think he knows how to play this game.
Understand that they're supposed to be characters that pick up a little bit of everything. Yeah. And I think a thief who can play the ukulele is just as useful as the currently constructed bard. But
You might like the D&D movie with Chris Pine then.
it doesn't have to be like this. Instead of a wretched tavern rat who gets cringy buffs from barely reviewed Wizards of the Coast sourcebooks, he can be something
Is this AI, brother?
a lot more.
Why are you saying shit's cringe when you're like, I like AI?
My re-envisioned bard should be more tied to the fighter class, someone who mixes it up in combat, but also understands the artistry of battle.
Why is it about battle? God, you're such a boy. You're such a little boy. I need artistry of battle. Play a battle master. They have that. Not everything has to be the same thing. Battle Master already exists, has plenty of utility that you're talking about. They have the rally ability, there's tactical fucking movements. You can swap positions with people. Like that's the class you want to play. Bard is a different thing. It's a full spellcaster. It gets level 9 spells. It is not weak. Anything that gets level 9 spells, cleric, sorcerer, wizard, you get nothing else. I mean, I guess you could argue that the warlock gets them in Mystic Arcanum, but they're not the same.
The poetry of warfare. In fact, he should be a
The poetry of warfare.
warrior poet. These guys should be the ones leading armies at higher levels.
Have you ever read Warrior Poets' work? War is bad. It's not good.
Not acting like a hybrid of Tiny Tim and David Copperfield.
But what if you want to play Tiny Tim meets David Copperfield? Like, if you want to play a battle-hardened bard, do it. I think that'd be sick as fuck. Play a bard, multi-class if you want. I don't care. Or be a fighter that is proficient in an instrument and do that. Only pick up a little barding. Or don't.
Bard is a student of battle. He doesn't perform fruity plays at the Dancing Dragon Inn. He devours any texts that he can find on warfare. He tries to find an...
This is fucking cringe. The prompts that you've put in to your stupid fucking AI also. So fucking bad.
80-year-old survivor of an important battle just to glean anything he can from them before they die.
Dude, the way he's
That's
fucking breathing looks like he wants to fuck the old guy.
A side adventure right there, by the way. He seeks out the burial places of legendary warriors.
That's it? Why are there so many legendary warriors? Is the whole thing just war all the time? There's nothing else ever going on? Why? What are they warring over? Stuff? How come nobody ever wins?
Writes his own poetry about those warriors too. But he also pens prose about the party that he's currently in, providing that they're up to snuff. Yes, of course, he'll go on those treasure hunts. There's tales to be told there too.
This is so fucking bad. This looks awful.
After all. But that has to be balanced with fighting and the occasional...
Looks like a fucking WB, like, knockoff. Like, lower than that.
noble, or even hopeless cause. If there's two dukes who are rivals for the same lady of legendary beauty, and they begin to war with each other, our warrior poet should be there. He should be fighting in it, or at least documenting it, maybe even both. This newly reimagined bard wouldn't go near a place like Strixhaven.
You just said he wanted to read every text, and now you're like, but not in a school, because those are gay? You're fucking embarrassed. You're embarrassed of yourself and the hobby. Like, this right here looks way cooler than anything you've described to me.
He'd sit in the tavern with his pals and laugh at those posers. Oh,
posers? How are they posers for going and getting an education? Bards go to college. Wizards read books. You said he was voracious for texts. Where do you think that knowledge is held?
Oh, you learned how to perform the dance of the tabaxi in theater class. And then the song of Dorkalin, the first transgender dwarf. How nice. Tell me,
Are these dwarves?
have you ever ventured into the deepest parts of the Dwaro Deep yourself and seen what lies there?
Yeah, with my ukulele. Like, yes.
Have you faced odds of 5-1 and lived to tell about it?
Yes.
Have you been in the wild part of the Borderlands, or just taken a field trip to the parts that I helped subdue in Civil?
That guy just bit the bowl. Can I look at this AI?
The Borderlands, or
This guy just bites the bowl.
just taken a field trip to the parts that I helped subdue and civilize through all
What the fuck is wrong with you? She did too.
of his battles and
Like, do you look at this shit?
exploits. Our warrior poet is observing, soaking in not just the tragic beauty of warfare, but the X's and O's too.
Dude, I think you want one of your bros to see this and go, that's so fucking cool, bro. God, you're so fucking cool. Maybe you let him get close, but probably not. Not this time. Not ever. You can never let him see that side of you.
He tries to exalt the party as well, provided they're worthy. The more
I'm so fucking tired of seeing this. This shit looks so awful every time.
he writes of their exploits, the easier it
It has to do.
The tragic beauty of warfare. I would love for him to go to war. That'd be so cool. Like, actual boot on the ground, go get shot at.
should be for the group to not only survive, but prosper. Maybe after a certain level, the party never loses initiative while he's present. The bonuses that the warrior poet gives in combat should be modest at first, while he's still studying the art of warfare. That's when he can assist the group by allowing them to level up a little bit faster after completing an adventure or two.
Level up faster? Oh, what a cool feature. I don't even know. I don't do XP. If you do XP in your game, cool, I guess. I do milestone leveling. It's like quest oriented.
But as his knowledge grows,
It's cone.
Dump truck cavalry. Thanks, Fondu.
so should his effect during combat. As the strategy of war becomes easier for him, the party should get some general combat bonuses too. Perhaps extra bonuses can be given if he has enough time to create a battle plan. Experience points should probably be easier to get, perhaps through a robustly increasing XP bonus.
Jake, what the hell? Oh, no, Jake, no!
What is the player's experience at the table of an XP bonus? Bard doesn't fight equals no good. Every bard fights. Every bard in every D&D campaign gets hit.
While he's with the party. See, he's spreading the word of the party's adventures far and wide. That opens
slop.
up doors and opportunities for them. In many ways, the bard,
You know how you talk to people?
as I imagine it, is reminiscent of the old warlord class from 4E. I think one of the truly excellent things to come out from that much maligned version of the game. As his exploits grow, so should his services be in demand. First as a chronicler, then as a consultant, and perhaps as a full general at higher levels. In no way, shape, or form, though, should there be any singing of catty insults in the middle of combat from him.
Cool. Looks so cool. That looks great, man. Catty insults. Well, if you don't want to run a bard that has catty insults, then don't. There's no need to. There's lots of bard colleges. This is a terrible design. There's nothing for a player to experience at the table, and it relies on every player having the same exact fantasy to play it, which is just not a reliable way to make a game. You have to make it broad enough that someone can apply their own ideas onto it, but specific enough to give it an archetype and feel. Having played them all, I think Sorcerer is the one that needs to be redone the worst.
But maybe after the battle, when the party is ailing, he goes around and whispers words of encouragement to the wounded.
Hey, bro. You look so fucking badass today. You're so fucking badass. There's nothing nothing fucking gay about you at all. It was just fucking, so badass. What's strapped to my back? It's my whipping chain. When my boys are not badass. Gotta whisper so they don't know you're gay. Yeah.
You fought bravely out there.
You fought bravely.
People will be speaking of your heroism in 100 years.
Did you see how they were fucking... Look, these AI fellas, they were gonna fuck.
100 years. This might allow for a little extra healing. Yes, okay, this is similar to Song of Rest, one of the few things the 5e Bard actually does get right. But maybe we can amp it up just a little bit too. Maybe this warrior poet, say once every 3 or 4 levels, can attempt to inspire a comrade who has just died, and I mean just died. Or maybe just failed their last death save, if you play in a system with that mechanic. He calls them back to this realm with a poetic flourish of deeds undone.
So I don't think do bards get revivify? I think that's a cleric special. Magical secrets. There you go. Maybe magical secrets can get it. I like the divine magic idea, and I wish there was more delineation between them.
Now, I would probably mandate a roll for this, but I would also make that roll very, very doable as well. Now, I get it.
So you don't have... So there's no actual homebrew here. You're just sort of spitballing. And then anything you actually would put on the page for the subclass would be dog shit. It'd be like... Level 3 is when you get your archetype, and you're like, okay, I'm going to be a Bard College of the Warrior Poet, which is fine if that's what you want to homebrew. Or I guess it wouldn't be. It'd just be like a fighter thing. It was fighter. Whatever. Subclass Bard Warrior Poet. Bard should be less gay. It just doesn't seem to have any stuff. So, like, level 3 would be your team gets slightly more experience points for being with you. How does that do anything? How do they feel that? All right, instead of a goblin being fucking 10 XP, it's fucking 15. I don't know.
Ideas are not fully fleshed out or tested. Yada
Obviously.
yada yada. That's not the point of a YouTube video like this.
Oh, a YouTube video just to gripe? I would love to see pen to paper some actual fucking work done. I can't believe he didn't do any work. I, however, have actually written many subclasses and published them. Platinum bestsellers. Just a fucking whiny old man. I thought I was going to see a subclass.
It's to inspire you to be creative and realize...
Not him! Everybody else go be creative. I'm the ideas guy. I'm not the execution guy. No way. I mean, it really sounds like you want to play the Battle Master or something. So just go do that. It sounds like he wants to play the same thing in every game, and he wants it to be grim dark. This is why he loves AI, because he gets to outsource any creativity.
You don't have to stick to the same old broken tropes.
Yeah, I know. You don't. Divorced. You do not have to stick to the same old broken tropes. The people that you said that Sky was most like were all men of history that you feel like you should virtue signal that you like them. Because if I say I like Julius Caesar, other men will respect me or something. When the real big head says, I don't respect Julius Caesar, and has reasons why.
I suppose if you like the Bard as currently constructed, then obviously this video is not for you. But if you think the Bard is either broken or pointless, I'm just giving you another way to look at it.
I think... And this is going to be controversial for everybody involved, and there would take a lot of changing of the spell lists and everything. But I think it would be very cool if only wizards could get 9th level spells, sorcerers could get 8th level, like bards could get like 7th level, clerics somewhere in there as well. So like it would incentivize you to go different ways, but then they would have things to offset that. Like I feel like the spells don't feel special enough sometimes. Because they can there's so much cross-pollination, but that's after having played a ton. I don't think a first-time group is going to experience that. I think that's like a 5th-time group.
A way that would make the Viking skalds of old, the Scots who were seeking their independence from England, all proud. Sun Tzu...
Wait. Okay, hold on. You think that the Scots should have sought independence from England? Why would you be for that? Why are you politically in favor of the Scots' independence? Just because Braveheart exists and you're like, William Wallace is cool or whatever? Mel Gibson told me William Wallace is cool. Jesus fucking Christ. So you're an imperialist, so you should have the reverse opinion. You should think the Scots are bad. But aesthetically you like them, so
Sun Tzu literally wrote the book on warfare.
Cool.
George S. Patton found the tragic spirituality of war in his poetry, especially Through a Glass Darkly. Even Julius Caesar was a fine poet, overshadowed only by the fact that he's one of the most important leaders in human history.
He crossed the Rubicon, bro.
These great men, and many others in history, followed a unique path. The path of the warrior poet.
Guys, he wasn't normal. He was more normal than usual, though, so that was nice. He only slurred once right away and then said some other weird shit along the way, but that's okay. God, he is just so bad. There's no design ideas here whatsoever to get this done. Like, just be a martial class. Have some bard mixed in. Don't want to be too powerful? Easy. Sure would have been nice for him to homebrew something so we could have looked at it. What are we to expect? Effort? Out of someone like this? Hell no. Bard, but male. I guess. You can do warrior poet already. Like, College of Dance allows for unarmed attacks and stuff to be good. You could do the, there's a sword play one. Which one's that? College of the Sword or fucking College of Blades? It's literally College of Swords. There you go. Oh, there's other videos of him on the YouTube channel. And believe me, not great.